Zach, I have a favor to ask you. Could you please add $500 to this month's living expenses?
What? Why would I do that?
Well, it turns out your mother has been shopping online without us knowing, and she's been doing it with cash on delivery.
Seriously? I can't believe it. My mom is so irresponsible sometimes.
You can't just brush it off like that, but at this point, there's nothing we can do about what she's already bought. Can you at least cover it with some of your part-time earnings for now?
I'm asking for the $500 because I don't have my part-time income anymore.
Last week, your mother was charged for some jewelry she bought using my part-time pay. At this rate, if she keeps shopping like this, we're going to run out of money. Can't you talk to her properly about this?
You know, you're really annoying when it comes to your mother. Are you trying to get me in trouble just because we're married?
This is about more than just being married. It's about how her spending is putting a strain on us. Besides, you've been racking up credit card bills lately, too. If we keep going like this, we won't be able to live comfortably at all.
Isn't it your job to figure out how to manage this? Are you doing anything to save money?
I am trying, but even with everything I've done, we're barely scraping by each month.
Fine. I'll give you the $500, okay? But can't we enjoy a little luxury now and then just for once?
Is this because your uncle from your mother's side passed away?
Yeah, it seems that I'll be receiving some inheritance soon. I heard it's supposed to be around $20,000. That's a significant amount.
Your mom is the only relative left, so she's going to receive all of it. It's lucky for you, isn't it? Even if the amount isn't huge, at least you can afford a few luxuries for a while. But we shouldn't count on it until it actually arrives, right? Besides, $20,000 is a lot of money, but it's not infinite. You should really think about how to plan and save it wisely.
Stop nagging me. It's not even your money, so don't worry about it.
That may be true, but
maybe if you weren't so annoying, your mother wouldn't dislike you so much. People generally don't like being told what to do with their money.
then both of you should stop being reckless. If she keeps spending without a care, we really will struggle to make ends meet. You're also picky about the meals I cook, and food costs a lot of money, you know.
But I told you the inheritance is coming in, so everything will be fine.
But it hasn't come in yet.
Look, just focus on budgeting well and make sure you manage with the living expenses I give you. Once the inheritance arrives, your mother won't have to dip into her part-time pay anymore.
I don't think that solves the problem at its root. Both of you really need to reconsider how you spend money.
I know that. You're so annoying. I'm the one providing for us, so stop complaining all the time and be nicer to my mom. You guys were arguing the other day. Can't you two just get along already?
That was your mother's fault.
Stop blaming my mom for everything. Since we live together, you should respect her more. You have professional experience, so you should understand that, right? If you act disrespectful to someone older than you, of course they're not gonna like you.
Your mother never liked me from the start.
You don't need to make excuses. You've wasted my lunch break with all this. Don't use my time for these pointless conversations.
Honestly, every time I think about it, it frustrates me. I try my best to keep everything running smoothly, but I feel like I'm fighting an uphill battle. It's exhausting dealing with financial stress, especially when your mother keeps buying things we don't need.
I know it's difficult, but you also have to understand my mom's perspective. She grew up in a different time, when things were different. She may not realize how her actions are impacting us now.
That's not an excuse for her behavior. Just because she grew up in a different time doesn't mean she can't adapt to the reality of today. We're living in a world where budgeting and financial responsibility are crucial. She should understand that by now.
Maybe she just feels a little lost or insecure. After all, she has her own life and worries, and she's just trying to find a bit of happiness in her purchases.
I understand that, but it's not sustainable. If she keeps spending like this, we'll drown in debt. It's not just about her happiness, it's about our future together. What if we want to start a family? We can't even think about that if we're struggling to pay the bills every month.
I get it, I really do. I just think we need to approach this with more compassion. Instead of constantly criticizing her, maybe we should try to help her understand the situation. Perhaps we could even sit down together and talk about budgeting and how to manage money wisely.
That's a good idea in theory, but do you honestly believe she would listen? She can be pretty stubborn when it comes to her spending habits. I fear that it might just turn into another argument.
Well, if we don't try, we'll never know. You keep saying that you want us to live harmoniously, but avoiding the issue will only lead to resentment. You can't just bury your head in the sand and hope it goes away.
Okay, you're right, but I just don't want to be the bad guy here. I don't want your mother to feel like we're ganging up on her. It's already hard for her after losing her brother, and I want to be sensitive to that.
I understand your concern, but we have to prioritize our own well-being, too. If we let this go on, it'll hurt both of us in the long run. We have to find a balance between being understanding and asserting our needs.
Fine, I'll try to bring it up gently, but if she reacts poorly, don't say I didn't warn you. Zach, are you not coming home again today?
Yeah, I'm still out drinking.
Ever since your uncle's inheritance came in, you've been coming home late too often. Honestly, I think you're spending too much money. If you keep going out drinking every day, you're going to end up in a bad situation.
It's fine, it's just easy money, like a windfall. The best way to enjoy this kind of money is to spend it freely.
It might be okay this month, but what about next month? I can guarantee that by the month after that, you'll have completely run out of the inheritance. Your mom is buying all sorts of things every day, and she's talking about going on an overseas trip starting tomorrow. If she continues to spend like this, I think her spending habits will only get worse.
An overseas trip sounds great. Maybe I should go too.
What are you talking about? You have a business trip starting next week, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Ugh, I'm so tired of this. I wish the inheritance had been enough for me to quit my job.
Don't say ridiculous things. Seriously, can you please stop wasting money? If things continue like this, it's going to lead to a serious situation.
You're so annoying. We have money right now, so just stop complaining.
That's true for now, but what happens when the inheritance runs out?
You keep nagging me, you know that? You're living off the money I've earned, so what gives? You're just a part-timer, so don't keep pushing me. If you have complaints, go make more money.
The reason I quit my full-time job was that you asked me to. You wanted me to take care of the house more, and you said you didn't want to burden your mother.
I wouldn't have minded if you'd kept your full-time job. Your mother is the one who said she didn't want to do housework and told me to have you be a housewife.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Because it's the truth.
You know I said I wanted to keep working, right? If you had thought that way, you should have let me keep my job.
I only passed on what my mother said. Seriously, you're really getting on my nerves. I was just trying to enjoy a drink, and now I have to hear about your complaints regarding money.
It's because you and your mother are living recklessly. If you don't want to be told off, then get your act together.
I'm not going to support you anymore.
Huh?
That's your punishment for talking back to us. If you have so many complaints, then just get out of the house. Live on your own.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't want to come back to a house with someone as annoying as you. Well, I'm gonna be on a business trip for a month starting next week anyway, so it doesn't matter. It annoys me that I'm paying the rent for this place while you're living here, so go sleep outside until you can reflect on your behavior.
I see. I understand.
Oh, really? You're okay with that? If you apologize, maybe I'll think about not kicking you out.
No thanks. I'll leave.
What a cheeky person you are. No wonder your mother dislikes you. By the way, I'm gonna turn off the power to my personal phone. There's no point in trying to contact me. Do whatever you want. I'll also do as I please. Amy, I'll be done with my business trip next week. You're still living away from home, right?
Of course I haven't gone back.
Are you serious? You've been living on the streets for a month? If you'd just beg for forgiveness, I'd let you back in. So are you willing to apologize?
I have no intention of apologizing, and it's your mother who's living on the streets. I've already moved into a new place.
What? A new place?
Well, you told me to leave, so I canceled the lease and moved out.
Canceled the lease? What kind of selfish thing are you doing? Where am I supposed to go when I come back?
I don't know. Why don't you go camp out with your mother? I was the one who originally signed the lease for that house. You just left everything to me because you thought it was too much hassle to deal with the moving procedures. Back then, I was a full-time employee, and I took out a loan for it, you know? Did you forget that?
Hey, what about my mother? Is she really living on the streets?
Yeah, it seems she blew through all the inheritance money on some overseas trip. I had to ignore her calls after you actually turned off your private phone. She kept trying to reach me because you weren't available. I don't even know where she is now since I stopped picking up her calls halfway through.
Are you kidding me? What have you done to my mother?
This is all because you told me to leave. Don't blame me for it. By the way, all of your stuff is in a storage unit, so make sure you go and get it.
You're the lowest! How could you turn your family into homeless people?
The lowest is actually you all. You squander your money however you want, even taking away my part-time wages. And then, in the end, you couldn't even give me the living expenses? I can't see you as family after all that.
Fine! I'm filing for divorce.
I was thinking the same thing, so that works for me. Let's discuss it when you get back from your trip. I'll bring a lawyer along.
You don't need a lawyer. It's just a matter of signing the divorce papers. And don't expect any kind of property division from me.
I never expected anything from property division in the first place. I'm bringing a lawyer so that we can clarify everything later.
Oh, whatever. I don't care anymore. It's pathetic for a part-time housewife to be getting a divorce. How are you going to survive now?
I believe I can live a more decent life than you.
You're just dreaming. If you come crying to me later, don't say I didn't warn you. You'll end up regretting this. You're such a fool.
The situation is dire, and you have no idea how it feels to be forced out of your own home. The life I was living with you was draining. You don't realize how toxic it is to live with someone who treats their own family like this.
Toxic? You think you're the victim here? If anyone's toxic, it's you and your drama. You're the one who escalated this situation by refusing to compromise or see the big picture.
I tried to compromise. You just wouldn't listen to me. Every time I brought up my concerns about your mother's spending, you brushed them off like they didn't matter. I wanted us to live within our means, but you just ignored everything.
That's because you don't know how to have fun. You only think about saving money. Life isn't just about penny pinching every dollar. Sometimes you have to enjoy yourself, especially when you come into unexpected money. That's how you enjoy life.
Enjoying life doesn't mean throwing money around carelessly. It means knowing when to splurge and when to save. Your mother's behavior is reckless and it's affecting us.
You don't get it. My mother has been through so much. She finally got a taste of freedom with that inheritance, and now she can live a little. You should support her instead of criticizing everything she does.
Support her? How can I support someone who's making decisions that jeopardize our financial stability? This isn't just about her, it's about us too.
You really think I want to have this conversation? I'm just trying to enjoy what little freedom I have left without all your complaints weighing me down. I don't want to come back to a home filled with negativity and complaints.
Negativity? You call wanting a stable financial situation negativity? This is called being responsible. It's about planning for our future instead of living in the moment and risking everything.
Well, it's too late now. You chose to leave. You made this mess, and I'm not going to clean it up for you. Just because I'm not as responsible as you think I should be doesn't mean I don't know how to take care of myself.
Taking care of yourself is not the same as ignoring reality. Your carefree attitude is going to lead you to a dead end, and you'll find yourself alone because you pushed everyone away.
Maybe I'll be better off alone than dealing with someone who can't see past their own fears. You're just projecting your insecurities onto me, and I'm tired of it.
Insecurities? No, it's called facing the truth. The truth is that you're digging yourself a deeper hole, and I won't be around to witness it. I have my own life to worry about, and you're clearly not part of it anymore.
I'm not asking you to be a part of my life anymore. I'm moving on, and you can do whatever you want. Just remember that you pushed me to this point.
I'm glad you finally see it that way. You're right, you're free to make your own choices. But don't be surprised when those choices come back to bite you. Life has a funny way of teaching lessons when you least expect them.
I'll take my chances. At least I'll be able to live without the constant fear of your judgment. I won't look back.
Fine, good luck to you. Just remember, I won't be there to help you when you fall.
That's exactly how I want it. Goodbye, Amy. Amy, about the divorce, can we talk it over one more time?
Huh? Why?
I've been thinking about it, and I really don't think it's right for us to part ways like this.
I don't understand. We finalized the divorce this afternoon, didn't we? You were the one who signed the papers with a smile. You were happy to be free from having to see my face again.
Well, it was, I guess I was feeling a bit overconfident at that moment. By the way, I heard from a mutual acquaintance that you're living in a high-rise building now?
Yes, I am.
Why? How is it that a part-time housewife like you can afford to live in a high-rise?
I bought it with my savings from my single days.
What? You had savings? Why didn't you mention this during the divorce? You should have shared that wealth.
The savings I had from my single days are not joint property. It's all my money.
So you had enough money to buy a high-rise, yet you were living off me. Isn't that a bit shady?
The money I saved during my single days is for emergencies. I don't owe you any explanation for how I spend it.
Amy, the truth is we're still living in a monthly rental apartment. We haven't found a proper place yet.
So what? That has nothing to do with me.
Please, let's start over. I want to make amends for everything I've done to you. My mom feels really remorseful too. Can't we all live together again?
Sorry, but even if you're aiming for a high-rise, the place I bought is for a single person. It's not big enough for you all to live in.
That's fine. Mom says she doesn't mind staying in the hallway. We won't be a bother to you.
Just the fact that you're all in the same space is a nuisance. Having you in the hallway would just be annoying.
Please, don't say that. We're really in a tough spot right now.
Tough spot?
Actually, about the inheritance from Mom's brother, it wasn't just the $20,000. There were debts as well. $50,000 worth of debt. Since we spent all the inheritance, they're saying we have to pay it back. We've suddenly become debt-ridden.
I told you so. Don't waste money like that. You all just recklessly used up the inheritance without doing any research. It's honestly stupid.
Please, help us. You're the only person we can rely on right now.
Why me?
Because technically we're still family, right?
Listen, I already submitted the divorce papers. What are you even saying?
Huh? You just signed them today. Did you submit them right away?
Yes, I did.
Normally you'd wait at least a day. How can you just submit them without a second thought?
You were the one who told me to submit them right away, remember?
That doesn't mean you can just go ahead and submit them like that. There's no divorce. Take it back right now.
It's too late. It's already been accepted. Now that it's inconvenient for you, you come to me for help? I'm really glad to be away from you all. I wish I had stopped putting up with it sooner.
Amy, let's get married.
What is wrong with your brain? Remarriage is out of the question.
I'm really sorry for everything that happened. I'm sorry for not protecting you from my mother's harassment. I'm sorry for all the wasteful spending. It was all my fault, so please let's start over.
I have already given you everything I could. Since we got married, I did my best to avoid a divorce, and I put up with your mother's bullying, hoping she would eventually like me. But over the years of our marriage, nothing changed, did it? I can't believe things would suddenly get better now.
This time I will truly change. I will listen to everything you say, so please don't abandon us.
Then I have one last request. Never contact me again. That's the only thing you can do for me.
No, I want to make you happy properly. This time as your husband, I will protect you.
Please save the nonsense for your dreams. Remarrying you would only bring me unhappiness. In the end, it would be you who would regret it and come crawling back. Didn't you realize who the real fool is?
Please, give me a moment to make my case here. I know I messed up, but I want to work things out. We have shared a life together, and I believe that deserves another chance.
You really think you deserve another chance after everything you've done? How can you even say that with a straight face?
It's hard for me to admit, but I realize now how much I've taken for granted. My mother has been difficult, and I've let her influence my decisions. I've been selfish and thoughtless, and I'm sorry for all of that.
You think saying sorry will magically fix everything? It's not that simple, Zach.
I know it's not simple, but please hear me out. I want to show you that I can change. I want to be the partner you deserve, not the one I was.
Your actions speak louder than your words, Zach. You've proven time and time again that you can't be trusted. How do I know this time will be different?
Because I am willing to put in the effort. I'll do whatever it takes to rebuild what we had. I don't want to lose you.
You already lost me the moment you decided to choose your mother over me. You made your choice, and now you have to live with the consequences.
You say that, but my mom really has changed. She understands now that she was wrong to treat you the way she did. I can see it in her eyes. She regrets everything.
You expect me to believe that? After all the pain she caused me?
I understand it's hard to forgive, but what if I told you I would take a stand for you this time? I will not let her bully you again, I promise.
You keep promising, but I've seen this movie before. The all change and all protect you routine has lost its charm. How many times have I heard it?
This time will be different. I promise to stand by you, to listen to you, and to support you. I won't let anyone come between us again.
I want to believe you, but it's hard. You need to understand that rebuilding trust takes time. It's not something you can rush.
I get that, and I'm willing to take that time. I will do whatever it takes to show you that I mean it. Just give me a chance to prove myself.
And what if I give you that chance and you fail again? What happens then?
I won't fail. I can't afford to lose you. You are my everything, Amy.
You know what I am to you, Zach. I am the person who put up with all your nonsense and still tried to love you. But I can't keep doing this. I deserve better.
I agree that you deserve better. That's why I'm here, asking for a second chance. I want to show you that I can be better for you.
You may want to be better, but wanting is not enough. You need to put those words into action. Talk is cheap, Zach.
I understand that now, and I will prove it to you. I'll show you through my actions, not just my words. Just please don't shut the door on me.
It's a hard choice to make, but if I open that door again, I need to know you will truly follow through. I can't keep getting hurt.
I won't let you get hurt again. I'll fight for us, Amy. Just give me that chance.
I hope you mean that. I really do. But I have to protect myself, too. Let's take it slow, okay?
Slow is better than nothing. I appreciate that. Just know I'm willing to fight for us. We can find a way to rebuild what we had.
After everything that happened, I started receiving relentless messages from my ex-husband and my mother-in-law. They bombarded me with calls and texts filled with a mix of anger, desperation, and manipulation. It felt overwhelming, almost like they were attacking me from all sides, trying to guilt-trip me into reconsidering my decisions. It was as if they had transformed into these relentless demons, constantly trying to intrude into my life once again. Once I completed all the necessary paperwork for my health insurance and other formalities, I made a firm decision to block all their contact information. This step was crucial for my peace of mind, and I knew it was the right thing to do. I simply want nothing to do with them anymore. Their attempts to reestablish contact were exhausting and emotionally draining. From what I've gathered, my ex-husband and mother-in-law are currently struggling significantly. They've been forced to save every penny they can each month just to pay off their debts. I can only imagine how hard it must be for them, especially considering how they used to live without a care in the world. The extravagant lifestyle they enjoyed seems to have come crashing down, and I can't help but feel a sense of satisfaction knowing that they're facing the consequences of their past actions. Furthermore, I've heard that my ex-husband has been suggesting that his mother find a job to contribute to their household expenses. However, my mother-in-law is vehemently opposed to the idea, causing even more friction between them. It seems that every day is filled with arguments over financial matters, which has created a toxic environment. They're stuck in this relentless cycle of conflict, and honestly, I think they deserve every bit of it. If they want to spend the rest of their lives arguing and struggling together, so be it. I hope they fully experience the anguish of worrying about money on a daily basis. It's a lesson they need to learn, considering the way they treated me during our time together and the choices they made while I was still a part of their lives. I often think about the years I spent dealing with their negativity, and I believe it's time for them to confront the harsh reality of their financial mismanagement. On the other hand, I have moved on. After purchasing my new apartment in the high-rise, I quickly found a job and am currently working as a full-time employee. Although I'm still adjusting to my new workplace and navigating the challenges of a busy schedule, I feel a sense of relief and contentment that I haven't felt in a long time. The change of environment has been incredibly refreshing, and I can focus on my work without the toxic influence of my past. I genuinely believe I'm living fulfilling days now, and I'm grateful for the peace I've found. There are no more frivolous spenders around me, no one trying to harass me or bring me down. The office environment is professional and focused, allowing me to concentrate on my responsibilities without the distractions of drama or conflict. I find that I can thrive in this setting as I am surrounded by motivated individuals who share my work ethic. I truly feel like I'm in a better place, both professionally and personally. As I reflect on my life now, I've come to understand that while happiness cannot be bought with money, there are indeed many things that money can help facilitate. Having financial stability allows me to make choices that enhance my quality of life, whether it's enjoying a nice meal, taking a small trip, or simply being able to indulge in a hobby. Having a secure financial base gives me the freedom to live life on my own terms. I can invest in experiences that bring me joy rather than worrying about making ends meet. Looking ahead, I am determined to continue working hard and saving money. I want to create a life that feels rich and rewarding, not just in material wealth, but in experiences and personal growth. I plan to invest in my future, whether it's by saving for additional comforts, pursuing further education, or simply ensuring that I have the resources to take care of myself in any situation. It's about striking a balance between enjoying the present and preparing for what lies ahead. As I navigate this new chapter of my life, I also want to find my own version of happiness again. It's a journey that will take time, and I know there will be ups and downs along the way, but I feel optimistic about the future. I look forward to discovering what brings me joy, whether that's exploring new interests, building new friendships, or perhaps even pursuing passions I had never had the chance to experience before. I've realized that I can no longer allow the toxicity of my past to dictate my future. The experiences with my ex-husband and mother-in-law were challenging, but they've also taught me invaluable lessons about self-worth, independence, and resilience. I've learned to stand up for myself and to prioritize my own needs and happiness. It's liberating to finally feel free from the emotional baggage that weighed me down for so long. I understand that I deserve a life filled with positivity and love, free from the weight of other people's expectations and negativity. As I continue on this path, I will be sure to surround myself with supportive and encouraging individuals who uplift me and inspire me to grow. The past may have shaped me, but it does not define me. I'm looking forward to what's next, and I am ready to embrace whatever comes my way. With determination and an open heart, I will find my way to a life that reflects who I am and who I aspire to be. In closing, I'm committed to building a future where I can thrive and be happy. I believe that every step I take, no matter how small, is a step towards creating the life I want. I will continue to save, work hard, and invest in my own happiness. The journey is just beginning, and I am excited to see where it leads. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.